6 p.m. in Douala. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us on this second edition. Still persists in the economic capital, Douala. Early today, automobile users could still be spotted standing in long queues at various filling stations just to get some quantity of the liquid. Fuel tankers, however, provided fuel to some few filling stations in Douala as the locals again struggled to be served. We will be bringing to you the ambience of some filling stations in Douala in this edition of the news. Plus, few days or weeks to Christmas, markets are still relatively empty, especially here in the economic capital, Douala. Our reporters visited some markets here in Douala where traders complain of rising economic crisis. Viewers, those are our major stories. Details when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. Fuel remains scarce in the town of Douala. We told you in the headlines that the filling stations that received a limited supply yesterday are overcrowded by bike riders and other users. They scrambled for their product. Bikers can be seen moving around town with containers to purchase fuel. And others who succeeded to obtain some few liters are seen carrying it along, and some other people, despite the risk of a fire disaster. The situation has skyrocketed transport fare, in some cases more than double. Moving from one part of town to another has become an uphill task for many city dwellers, as Babila Janasan tells us in the report which comes up next.
Inhabitants of Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, have been covering long distances from one filling station to another, from one part of the town to another, to obtain some few liters of fuel. And this has been going on since Sunday night. And I have here with me at Mobile Bonakwamo Okarfu Equinoxe a commuter who is coming from Bonaber in the Douala 4th subdivision. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. It's very surprising that it's just like you have food in your house but you cannot eat, because we have petrol at Limbe, but here in Douala we cannot use it. It's very surprising, and many others are suffering.
Since Sunday, motorbike riders have been queuing up in lines, scrambling to obtain fuel, as you're seeing in this filling station at Carrefour Equinoxe here in Aqua. And this is exactly what is going on in filling stations around the town of Douala.
Maybe the government want us to die. They want us to die. I'm coming from village, far from village, no petrol.
It was not easy. We had to struggle and moving up and down to look for the fuel. We had to reduce our movement to manage what the little that we have.
He thinks that everything is going wrong in this country. Poor electric energy supply, poor potable water supply, and now fuel supply that is not adequate, and he's raising concerns about the consequences of all this on activities. Reporting for Equinoxe Television News in Aqua, we are Jires Yopa and Babla Jonathan.
Fuel provision remains a problem in the city of Douala, and some of the people Babila Jonathan spoke with today called on the government to step up efforts so that the national oil refinery in Limbe can start refining the crude oil produced in the country instead of exporting everything and importing refined oil. Let's listen to some of them in this excerpt.
Ridicule my business, everything. As I'm here like this, what am I doing? Everything stopped because I'm here, because of petrol. Everybody's crying, not only me, as you can see. See how people are scrambling here because of petrol. I would have been in the housings, but I'm here under the sun. I don't even know when the petrol will come. They are still waiting for the truck that will deliver petrol here before people can save us. In the house, they are suffering. In the business place, they are suffering. At my job site, they are suffering because of petrol. It is very surprising for us to have this type of problem, because we know we are producing petrol. That's why I mean by having food and not able to eat. The government should make effort. they should make effort to see that this type of problem could not happen again.
It could have been nice to have a personal oil in the country, so that to avoid this type of situation. So it seriously affect my movement. I had to leave from the house, from the home directly to the office, and reduce as much as possible what I can do throughout the day. So I was leaving the home to the office and going back directly. Other movement were reduced due to the fact that we didn't have oil.
And now we take you to Buea in the southwest region. Without power supply for close to a month now, inhabitants of Bakuri town staged a protest demonstration to the branch office of the electricity distribution company in Buea. The inhabitants blamed the blackouts on the low-capacity transformer that was brought to the neighborhood recently. Smart Njikan Gabriel with the details.
Inhabitants of Bakuri town neighborhood stormed the electricity production and distribution company's branch office in Buea this Tuesday. They are demanding for the reinstatement of power in their neighborhood, which has been in total darkness for the past 1 month. Everything that we have stocked in the fridge is bad. Crime rate has increased. Because of these difficulties, we came to cry for the situation to be changed. They promised to do something last Saturday, but it wasn't respected.
We don't cancel, they don't come pass. Till now, light never come.
The angry inhabitants were later calmed down by an official sent by the divisional officer of Buea. Back in Bakuri town neighborhood, Equinoxe TV sought to know from the inhabitant what caused the blackout for the past 1 month.
The transformer that carries this quarter is small. The population is big. So whenever the transformer is having a problem, they try to amend it, but it cannot go because that same transformer that is small, they bring it back and just not up to a month, it will still get bad.
Business activities in this neighborhood has also slowed down because of the blackout, and even pupils as well as students are feeling the pains.
We cannot even read in the night, so we cannot pass our exams. My grandfather just buy candles for us. They should come and put us new transformer and give us lights.
Bakuri town has become a no-go area late at night because of the darkness.
The embarrassment of thieves, they are taking advantage of this light. No light. They harass people on the way. People who are living far, when they come late, they want to go back. They harass them, seize their bags, particularly women.
The inhabitants are now hoping that the company in charge of production and distribution of electricity will listen to the cry by replacing the transformer, which has been the root cause of the blackout.
And now back to Douala. Traders at the Sandaga market in the economic capital have been expressing deep concerns over the fact that the market has become deserted somehow. They blame the situation on fuel scarcity, which has made it difficult for some of their customers to come buy foodstuffs. They add that the few customers who managed to come are overwhelmed with the price hikes caused by the fuel shortage in the economic capital, Douala. Immaculate Fogwe with the details.
The impact of fuel scarcity is already being felt by traders at the Sadaga market in the Douala 1 subdivision. Traders attribute the deserted nature of the market on the increase in transportation fare. A customer narrates her ordeal while trying to come to the market today. It wasn't easy coming to the market. I live at Koto village and usually pay 500 francs as transportation fare. But today, I had to pay 1,000 francs. Even getting a motorcycle wasn't an easy task. I noticed that the price of food items have increased. Traders lament over the fact that they are experiencing a slum in business, given that the few customers who came to the market find it hard making ends meet. For the past 3 days, the number of customers who come to the market have significantly dropped. A lot of us here sell perishable products and you understand the risk involved. A lot of us here were not supplied vegetables today because truck owners are complaining about fuel scarcity. We had no other choice than to increase the prices of vegetables. A bundle of vegetable which is to be sold to us by gardeners at 5,500 francs is now given to us at 6,500. So when we tell customers the price, they get frustrated. Despite the promises made by the Minister of Water and Energy Resources about the availability of fuel in different towns and cities, accessing the liquid, now termed precious, is still a difficult task.
And now a few days to Christmas, markets are still somehow empty in the economic capital, Douala, and most traders and also buyers complain of rising economic prices. The prices of basic commodities have skyrocketed in the market. Christmas toys have not been left out. Our reporter Luciliengu Esie, who visited the Douche Municipal Market, says the atmosphere is still very timid. Her report.
The ambience of Christmas can be felt at the Douche Municipal Market. Though still very timid, shelves are filled with toys of all kinds and all ages, such as cars, games, guitars, pianos, dolls, amongst others. Compared to last year, traders complain they are being chased by council workers, and this has discouraged their sales. It is not easy, mostly now that we are being chased by the council. We are just trying if we can sell something. Sometimes we run away. Most of them wonder if they will meet up with sales. I'm surprised. I've been in the market, but I can't sell anything. Parents, on their part, express worries on the increase in the prices of toys. For Edwi, she says she succeeded in buying just clothes, shoes, and some few toys, but what she actually wanted is expensive. It cost 10,000 francs.
The situation in the market actually is very bad because everything is expensive. This is the third time I'm coming to this same market to buy gifts for my boys, because I have those boys and there are 5 of them. And there's nothing new in the market. Most of the things they have, those are some of the things I bought last year.
Despite the hike in prices, parents are obliged to satisfy their kids for end-of-year festivities.
As for the end of year, I have 2 kids in the nursery. What I did is that I bought 1 bicycle for 2 of them.
Another parent says she prefers buying cartoon toys for her kid as her son enjoys the character.
Pas de patrouille, les dessins animés là, pas de patrouille. C'est selon mon fils que j'ai pris ça, parce qu'il aime bien ça.
With the economic crisis, parents hope that the situation gets better before the end of year festivities so that their kids can celebrate in joy.
Educative toys are always very preferable. And now we talk something else. Cameroon's Justice Ministry, refugee agencies and other stakeholders have called on the government of Cameroon and the civil society to receive, protect and grant assistance to IDPs, internally displaced persons. Meeting in Douala under the canopy of the Kampala Convention ratified by Cameroon, refugee agencies disclosed the number of people displaced by war is on the rise in Cameroon, particularly in the far north, the northwest and the southwest regions. Innocent Aze has the details.
Last statistics published by the United Nations High Commission for Refugees in collaboration with the International Committee of the Red Cross reveal the Boko Haram insurgency in the far north region, the border conflicts in the east region, the Anglophone crisis in the northwest and southwest regions have left about 1,067,000 people displaced internally in Cameroonian cities as of September 2023, most of them living in precarious conditions.
When people displace themselves within a country because of armed violence, I mean, they usually have needs and there are consequences for them because they live without any food, and sometimes they have no shelters, they leave actually their documentation behind them, so there's many consequences for them legally, physically and mentally as well. So their needs must be covered and they need to be protected.
Enhancing the protection of these war victims, according to refugee agencies, the state of Cameroon and other stakeholders is imperative.
The African Union actually gathered all the countries in Africa to sign and ratify a convention, which is Kampala Convention, which offer that kind of protection to the internally displaced persons. Now it's up to each state to internalize that convention and adjust their legal framework in order to make sure that those kind of people, these categories of people, are better protected.
Minister delegates at the Ministry of Justice, Jean Dejo Momo, stressed it is urgent for these internally displaced persons to be protected and assisted by the state and the civil society. Solidarity has to come into play. Everyone should receive and cater for these IDPs. Displacements, according to stakeholders, are mainly in the far north, northwest and southwest regions, even if the west, littoral and central regions are also impacted.
And now in politics, 14 members of the Social Democratic Front Party municipal councillors of the Mombo Council in the Mongo division of the Littoral region have dumped the party for the Union of Socialist Movement UMS political party of Pierre Kwemo. The elected officials say they choose to cross carpet because their views no longer tie with the recent ideology of the Social Democratic Front. For me, Armstrong Sander has more.
In the colors of the Union of Socialist Movement UMS political party, the Social Democratic Front Party, the Social Democratic Front SDF party municipal councillors of Mombo have resigned from the SDF to join the UMS. We are in Mombo subdivision, Mongo division of the Littoral region of Cameroon. The 15 municipal councillors say that they no longer buy or identify with the ideology of the Social Democratic Front. Welcomed and dressed in a new party attire, UMS party officials say their grassroots approach has been attracting more supporters into their party.
That we hard work, did you say, people see say this party, people
they are confident in the pace of the party and positive about the future of the party in all elections in Cameroon.
Go Sute, you reach for the high power. Let me say, take the presidency. That is your ideology.
This is not the first mass carpet crossing from the Social Democratic Front to the Union of Socialist Movement UMS political party in the Mongo division of the Littoral region. Top among the profiles is the former mayor of Njombe Penja, Jean Kahak, who dumped the Social Democratic Front to the Union of Socialist Movement, the UMS, in his days of glory.
And now we take you out of our national frontiers, first in Zambia, where after torrential rains, at least 11 people reportedly died in a mudslide. And also we give you updates on the presidential election in the DRC with Mala Glory.
11 miners have been confirmed dead and their bodies retrieved from an open-pit copper mine in Zambia after a landslide buried them in the tunnel they were digging. Close to 26 people are still missing. Meanwhile, a 49-year-old man who survived the incident is currently responding to treatment at the hospital. The Zambian government in an official statement says about 38 miners might have been buried under the landslide at a mine near the city of Jinkola, a Zambia's copper belt. And elsewhere in the Democratic Republic of Congo, at the United Nations Secretary Council meeting, Bintu Keita, a special representative of the Secretary General, noted steady progress in the electoral process despite significant logistic, financial and security challenges. The resurgence of the crisis related to the M23 group in the east and insecurity in the Greater Katanga region, Mai-Ndombe and Chopo province. The restive North Kivu province has also witnessed a deterioration in the security situation. Bintu Keita also added that preparations for the presidential elections are advancing, with 26 candidates, including 2 female, already registered on the electoral list. And in Senegal, opposition protests associated with the ongoing trial of candidate Ousmane Sonko are possible nationwide, as Dakar's judicial court is set to determine whether he will be eligible to contest the 2024 elections. A first court had ruled that he was eligible on October 12 before the Supreme Court rejected the verdict. Protests are possible nationwide, especially in Zingichuru and in Dakar near the Court of Justice and the Supreme Court.
In sports, Cameroon are the greatest losers at the CAF Award ceremony that took place in Marrakech, Morocco. That was yesterday. Nigeria broke the record somehow by winning both the women's and men's Best Player Award for the very first time. Smart Jikan Gabriel has more.
The only positive point for Cameroon at the CAF Award ceremony that took place in Marrakech, Morocco, was the inclusion of Andre Onana and Zambo Anguissa on the list of CAF FIPRO Best 11 squad for 2023. Apart from that, Cameroon's name was missing in the individual award ceremony that saw Nigeria's duo made up of Victor Osimhen of Napoli and Asisat Oshola of Barcelona Femina being crowned as the best men's and women's player of the year. It was the first time Nigeria was picking up the award simultaneously in both categories. The Super Falcons of Nigeria won the best national women's team of the year as their goalkeeper Chiamaka Nandozie became the pioneer winner of the best women's goalkeeper award that was instituted this year. Morocco went home with the best goalkeepers award as Yassine Bonu beat Andre Onana to it, while Wahid Regragui of Morocco won the Best Coach of the Year award, and the Best National Men's Team Award of the Year was won by Morocco, who were semi-finalists during the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. South Africa's Desiree Ellis won the Best Women's Coach of the Year for a second consecutive year. Even though Cameroon was absent in the awards night, Cameroon was highly represented in Morocco, with Fecafoot's president Samuel Eto'o, Jeremy Soren Jita, Patrick Mboma, Thomas Nkono, alongside Francis Ngannou, being part of the awards ceremony in Morocco.
Thanks, Matt, for that report, which brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Viewers, thank you so much for always being there. Thank you for always being faithful. And our programs continue. Equinoxe in about 35 minutes.